Harm reduction is evidence-based, client-centered approach that seeks to reduce health and social harm associated with addiction and substance use, without necessarily requiring people who use substance to abstain or stop using.
At Manitoba Harm Reduction Network events, they supply food, free haircuts, STBBI testing, clothing, harm reduction supplies, and related information.
They often have activities and games where you can test your knowledge related to STBBIs. They provide resources for shelters and food banks. Manitoba Harm Reduction Network staff are friendly, willing to engage in conversation, and truly care about the cause they support.
Manitoba Harm Reduction Network values participant feedback. As we can see here, one of the staff is showing us their participant feedback forms, which ask questions about what the participants learned from attending the harm reduction event.
Manitoba Harm Reduction Networks can supply individuals with hygiene products like deodorant, razors, hand wipes, shampoo, conditioner, toothbrushes, and pads. They also supply harm reduction supplies such as condoms, Narcan kits, as well as safe smoking and injection kits.
They offer take-home posters and pamphlets that provide information about hepatitis C and HIV testing and treatment options. As you can see here, the educational pamphlets are well organized, making information easy to find. This means that even if some people cannot attend the events, someone can still provide them with the information that was presented.
Describe harm reduction in one word.
Harm reduction is kindness to me.
Harm reduction is evidence-based.
Harm reduction is understanding.
Harm reduction is encouraging.
Harm reduction means to me is saving lives.
Harm reduction to me is building community.
Awareness and education.
Word. Love. LOVE.
What does harm reduction mean to you?
Harm reduction means taking care of one another.
I've lost so many friends. Important is about less death.
Harm reduction to me is any substance use related activity that can keep the user away from injuries or bloodborne illnesses.
Safety and education about the facts of harm reduction supplies available in our community.
That we are human, we have the same feelings as others.
Reduction is giving supplies and getting testing done to people who have never gotten testing done, explaining the STBBIs, sexually transmitted borne infections. A lot of people think that if they don't do needles or don't do drugs that they can't get it, which they can.
Hey Celia, I'm wondering, can you tell me the definition of stigma?
Stigma is negative attitudes, beliefs, or behaviors about or towards a group of people because of their situation in life. It includes discrimination, prejudice, judgment, and stereotypes, which can isolate people who use drugs.
Oh, thank you.
How does stigma impact individuals who use drugs?
It makes you feel ridiculed and less confident about being a person.
Identifies us as only being a substance user.
Sometimes I can't feel like I'm safe around professional help.
Stigma is very, very hurting to us drug users. Because of stigma, I was scared almost 6 years ago to even walk into public health because the way they look at you, it takes us a lot longer to see a doctor or anything. I didn't get tested as often as I should have for STBBIs, sexually transmitted borne infections. And then harm reduction came along and built up that confidence in me. Using drugs wasn't as bad and getting supplies wasn't a bad thing to ask for either.
How can health professionals reduce stigma around substance use?
They can reduce stigma by being educated. I think getting the right education and knowing your facts and knowing the correct answers to things around treatment or how people use drugs is really important because education breaks stigma, as well as listening to the people that use drugs. That's very important.
I think if they were to learn more about trauma, they would realize people don't usually use for no reason. What made me quit using substances was having a lot of people around me that cared. You never know whose life you can change with kindness. Ending stigma will save our people before we lose them.
Understanding the truth about drugs and understanding the people who use them.
They can treat us differently. We're the same person as anybody else that's walking the streets.
Ensure that people with lived experience with substance use are included in the conversations, especially around decisions that affect them.
Understanding us as individuals.
Having the professionals to have their door open and their mind ready with openness.
Keep people informed. Make people feel comfortable about going. Don't slander them and don't stigmatize them. Listen to what your peers have to say.
Get the facts first, get educated. People are opinionated and education is facts.